Doing this one thing completely changed my life and my finances. What's up, guys? It's Jeff. Today I'm talking about the easiest thing you can do to change your life right now, which is to keep track of your budget and net worth. I'll walk you through exactly what I do. I promise it's super easy, really fun to do, and trust me, it's so worth it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I put a lot of work into these videos, and the only thing I ask in return is for you to sit back, relax, and smash that like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. All the numbers you'll see here today are all made up and not representative of mine or anyone else's financial situation. If you don't have a budget and you don't keep track of your net worth, you should start like today, like right now. Now, I keep a pretty comprehensive but super simple spreadsheet that tracks my income, all of my expenses, all of my assets, and all of my debts. It allows me to track how I'm doing and to figure out ways to improve. And the bonus feature is that it's an extremely valuable motivational tool. Once you start seeing improvements, even small ones, you'll get hooked to it and it becomes like a game. So let's get right into it. So this is what I use. It all fits neatly on one page in Excel. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't fit quite as neatly in this video. I know the font is too small in this screenshot, so I'll take you through the individual sections one by one. So starting off in the top left, the historical financial summary. Now you can go back as far as you want, but here I've done it for 6 years. So what this shows is gross income, which is just pre-tax income, and for most people that's just their base salary. The next line is net income, which is just your gross income after taxes. And then the total expenses, which is if you subtract that from net income, will give you your cash surplus on an annual basis. Right below that is net assets that make up your net worth. And the groupings here are cash, investments, retirement accounts, and real estate. This is all shown net of debt. So for example, the real estate is the value of real estate less mortgage. Now I love this section because it lets me see pretty quickly how I've been doing over time in terms of income and net worth, and specifically which assets are working the best to grow my net worth. Now if you stay at the top and move to the right, you see the exact same rows but done on a monthly basis for the current year. So this example shows January to December of 2020, and the column highlighted in green is the current month, June. Now this is great because it shows you how you've been doing in the short term. Now if we move down to the section at the bottom left, we have the schedule of income and expenses. This is where we put all of our income streams. So base salary, any bonuses or commissions, dividends from your stock portfolio. If you have any businesses, you'd put that income or royalties here. And if you have any investment property, you put the rental income here as well. Now I have the yearly gross income, then the yearly net income, and finally the monthly net income. Then below is where you put your expense budget. Now again, I do this on a monthly and annual basis. Here's where you'll put everything that you spend on. So your mortgage, any kind of food, maintenance, insurance, childcare costs, your car expenses, utilities, travel, cell phone, clothing, anything else. This is your budget. These are all of your expenses. Now, if we stay at the bottom and move to the right, we have the schedule of assets and debt. Now here what we have on the left side is the assets, starting off with cash. So here you'll list all the cash you have in all of your bank accounts. Then the next section is investments. This is where you'll list all of your investments in public and private equities. So all of the stocks that you own through brokerage accounts or any businesses that you've started that you own, you'd put that all here. For brokerage account, there's a couple ways to do this. You can either just put in the number from your investment account, or you can have a schedule like I have here that shows the details in the account. Now we'll go through that in just a second, but for now let's keep going on to retirement accounts. Now this includes all of your non-taxable retirement accounts like 401k, IRAs, Roth, rollover, whatever IRAs you have. Then again, the same option here as the brokerage account. You can just update these numbers directly from your accounts, or you can include a detailed schedule like I have. Then we have real estate. Here you'll include your home and any investment properties that you own. Now this one again has its own detailed schedule. We'll get to that in a minute too. If you add all those up, then you get your total assets. Now let's go through the debt section real quick. This will have any credit cards, any loans that you have like student loans or auto loans, and finally, any mortgages that you have. So if you move to the right, you'll see the real estate, retirement account, and brokerage account details. Starting at the top, we have the real estate schedule. Now, all you need is the value of your home or the price you paid for it, the mortgage that you have on it, Then the equity is just the value less the mortgage. Then you've got maintenance cost, term, and mortgage rate. Now, the little trick here is to get the mortgage payment, it can actually be calculated directly in an Excel function when you have the interest rate, the mortgage amount, and the term. Then below that, we have the IRA and brokerage accounts that show every single stock that's held in those accounts. Now, this includes the gains and shows what percentage of your portfolio each investment represents. So I find that really helpful to have it all on one page, and it's why I really like this schedule. And that's it. You're done. Now you've got a tool that you can use to keep track of your finances, where you can see everything on one page. You can update it as much or as little as you want. When I get really busy, I may not update it for a couple of weeks or even a month, but generally speaking, I'll update it at least once a week and sometimes every day, especially when the stock market is very active, like we've seen in the last few months. So what benefits have I gotten from doing this? Well, number one, I never had a budget before, so just having a budget was a huge game changer for me. As soon as I started doing this, I noticed that I was spending way too much on useless things, so I cut back and my savings started to go way up. Tracking it showed me how much I was saving and provided the motivation I needed to keep it up. Number two, tracking my net worth showed me which investments and investment strategies were doing well and which ones weren't. Once I started doing this, I noticed that my retirement accounts were growing really nicely on a pretty consistent basis. Why is that? Well, it's really simple because money automatically goes into that account every 2 weeks, and it gets invested in the stock market again every 2 weeks. So this is dollar cost averaging, which is a super powerful strategy. So I started to replicate that strategy in my brokerage account and immediately saw amazing success. Now, it's super simple and effective strategy. If you want more details on it, check out the video I did a few weeks ago. I put the link in the description below. And then finally, number three, planning for the future. The last thing I want to show you is a very powerful tool that uses the spreadsheet we just built. And I'll walk you through how you can use it to make some future projections. Now, you need to make some assumptions, but this will allow you to essentially project your earnings, cash flow, and net worth into the future. Having this allows you to plan for things in the future like a house, your kids' education, retirement, and whatever else that you're looking to do. Now, in this simple example I used here, all I did was assume constant future income. So it's a very conservative assumption. Then I assumed that all the surplus cash was going to be invested in the stock market within the investment account, which is why you see that number going up so dramatically. I made a few assumptions on growth rates for the different asset classes, and then I projected it over the next 10 years. So this not only shows the power of compound interest and how your net worth can grow, but it can also be used as a really effective tool to help you budget and plan for your future. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to like the video. And as always, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have an awesome day.